and I just put a paper clip on it, so there's no way you can see inside what I wrote. And I'll keep this in frame. And I'm going to try this with you, Victoria, because we were talking about your books on your bookshelf. And I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned I watched the show last week, and I studied your bookshelf. I actually zoomed in. I did mention a book you thought you had. Turns out you didn't. Very light stalking, Victoria.
Okay, the point
I
is not mine.
believe.
I just want to say. No,
that's fine. That's fine.
my
I wrote
daughter.
something down that I'm thinking of, and I committed to it. You saw me, right? You didn't see what I wrote down, but you saw me write it down, fold it up, put a paper clip on it before we went live. Here's what I'd like you to do, Victoria. Keep your eyes open, but I want you to imagine you get up out of your chair and you walk over to your bookshelf. And I know we were talking about some books beforehand. You can go for one of those, or you can go for a completely different one. It's up to you. But I want you to imagine you reach up and take a book off the shelf, and just let me know when you have that book in mind.
Got it.
Okay, that's a good book.
Yeah.
But it's not the one I'm thinking of. So, and again, for the audio only listeners who are listening to this after the fact, I am going to keep the card in frame here.
Right.
And I do want to point out that
podcast later in KGRA. So,
yeah, exactly. So, but she did mime holding the book. So I think that's a good book, Victoria, but that's not what I'm thinking of. So I want you to set it down and in your mind, grab a second book. Okay. Let me know when you've got a second book.
Can I peek and look over my shoulder?
That one? You got.
Okay. Yes.
Also a good one. You should reread that one again, but also not the right one. So it's taking a little longer than I initially thought. One more time, grab another book. Let me know when you got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, this feels right. You can tell us what book do you have in mind right now? What was that third book you grabbed?
Hidden Archaeology.
Hidden Archaeology. Now, just out of curiosity, you ended up with Hidden Archaeology. What was the very first book you imagined taking off the shelf?
I have an autographed cookbook from Vincent Price.
Oh, autographed cookbook from Vincent Price. We were talking about Elvira before we went on.
Yes.
And second book that I said also wasn't correct. What was the second book you took off the shelf?
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Fun with Dick and Jane. Okay. Well, I said you should reread that.
I collect old books.
Is that signed as well?
No, but Sally does.
Okay. It's okay. Shh. We won't tell anyone. But then you ended up on your third choice, which was Hidden Archaeology. I want to point that out.
Forbidden Archaeology.
That was the third. Forbidden Archaeology.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Well, I'll be honest with the paperclip off. I want you to see. I maybe couldn't quite read it from this distance because I wrote down before we started. I'm really thinking of Hidden Archaeology.
But you can't see that. I'm always in front of it.